Sound check. All right. For you guys that don't like to read, we'll do this YouTube video. I'm researching much as I can on liner locks. I was talking to Justin Payton, who is a knife purveyor, and he sells just about every kind of tactical knife you could think of off his website, GP Knives. And a couple trends now in liner locks is to put a steel insert on the end of the titanium. So this is the blade tang, and you've got the lock bar coming in and locking up the knife like this. The titanium contacting the steel tends to wear a bit faster, and of course what that means is this is going to keep locking up farther and farther over, and the titanium has a problem of being a softer metal than hardened steel. So the solution some people have been coming up with is putting a steel insert on the end, which would greatly improve the wear resistance. And these sometimes are shaped like this, and they have a couple of screws going through here holding things. The first time I saw one on a Lion steel knife, I said, this is a great idea. If it's not locking up right, you can move these screws and perfect the lockup. But I was told by the manufacturer that there was no adjustment, that these were just holding this hardened steel piece in position. But they had thought about someday making it where these holes would be slotted and this could move back and forth. So there's a couple of knives now that are using this other than Lion steel. Another interesting aspect of these was this new adjustable detent ball. Apparently within the titanium there's a screw, and you could move the screw in and out and adjust the tension on the detent ball, which is kind of a good idea, because if you've ever picked up some really stiff knives, it's really hard to get your thumb in and get those suckers open. You know, you're really straining, and then finally it'll fly loose, which is good. So it's nice to have them, you know, locked up where they won't come out. Well, this actually is a liner lock, not a frame lock. But this would be for a frame lock, and you could adjust how much tension you have in. Justin's going to talk about how these things work.
Okay, my name is Justin. I'm with GP Knives. You can visit our site at www.gpknives.com. I'm here to go over the Hoback rolling detent with you. It's a detent set in a set screw here, so you can adjust the tension on your flipper. And what that allows you to do is, if your detent is a little too strong or a little too weak, you can set the exact position of that ball so that the knife will release the way you want it to.
Who makes that again?
This one's made by Ferrum Forge, but Jake Hoback is actually who's making that detent ball. Then you're also seeing a lot of the steel lock faces on knives now. And what that does is it allows the knife to wear at a slower pace so that your lock bar doesn't go all the way against the other frame. It also allows the user to replace it over time if it were to wear.
So you envision those replaceable? Are they already replaceable, or that's going to hopefully be replaceable?
Well, they are usually replaceable. Most of the companies are just starting to use them, probably in the last 3 or 4 years now. Most of them, if you contact them, they'll send you a new lock face, but it kind of varies by manufacturer.
You got a couple more like that?
I've got some from Riate. I know Lion Steel and Ferrum Forge that we just talked about is also starting to use it, along with Zero Tolerance. I think it's something you're going to see trending in the industry, where you'll see more knives going forward using that lock.